In this lesson, we're going to be taking a break from the modules, and we're going to be importing a particle system package. Now, this package comes with Unity. So to import this, we're going to go up to Assets, Import Package. Then we're going to go down to Particle Systems. All right, make sure that everything is checked on. It should be checked on by default, and you want to click on Import. Give it a few seconds to import, and there we go. Open up the Standard Assets folder, open up the Particle Systems folder, and we're going to start off with the prefabs. Now, the prefabs are basically pre-created objects. In this case, they are all particle systems. So we just drag one of these into our scene, drag in the afterburner. You can see what it looks like. So this is the afterburner particle system. And if you want to take a look at how you can recreate this yourself, just take a look at these settings. Now, you will notice that some of these do have things like a sphere collider and some type of script. So not all of them have scripts, but some of them do have scripts. So you can just take a look through these. If you bring in the fireworks one, you can see what that looks like as well. Now, this one has all sorts of different types of particle systems playing at once. If you take a look over here in the hierarchy, we do have a drop down right here. We can see we have child objects directly underneath the main object. So we have smoke, and then we also have trails. Same thing for the afterburner. We have a glowing type of particle system applied as well. So take a look at the prefabs themselves, take a look at ones that you'd like to recreate, and take a look at the settings in here and see how you can recreate those yourselves. Now, if we take a look at some of the other folders in here, you can see we have a materials folder. Open that up, and we have all sorts of different types of materials that we can use for particle systems. So using the particle system we've been using so far, we can add a smoky type of material. And we're going to go down to the renderer module. We're not going to be discussing the renderer module quite yet. We'll be discussing this a little bit later on, but I do want to take a look at how we can assign materials to our particle system. So if I want to add maybe the smoke black in here, I can just drag that into the material slot. You can also open this up and select one of the materials in here. You can see we have all the materials available to us right now. So maybe we can go with the dust one. You can see what that looks like. Now, right now, the particles are quite small, so it doesn't look that realistic, but you can go up here to the main settings and once again change the size. So let's go something like 5. And you can see we get a somewhat realistic looking smoky, dusty type of particle system. Let's go with maybe some fire cloud effect. So let's just drag this into that slot again. You can see it is a little bit too bright. You can adjust that by adjusting the color. And typically what I find good is if you adjust this to a darker color, it tends to create a more subtle effect. Now, obviously, you would have to tweak this quite a bit to get something realistic, but this is how you can actually adjust the materials, and you can just keep playing around with the materials. You'll also find that we do have textures in here as well. So if you open this up, you can actually see we have specific images that we're going to be using as textures for our particle system. So we're going to be using this package throughout the rest of this course. I just want to show you how to import these packages and how to actually take a look at the things like prefabs, textures, and materials within that package. So in our next lesson, we're going to be continuing with the modules, and we are going to be using some of the textures and materials within this package.